Today I'm talking about strategy and tactics number 139. It's Arabian Nightmare, the Kuwait War. And can't guarantee that I have all my information correct about this, but I'll try my best. I think issue 139 was the last issue done exclusively by 3W. And then starting with issue 140, Decision Games took complete control. So this game was produced under the direction of Jim Denigan, and it was designed by Austin Bay. And I'll say it's a fairly complicated game, but there's a number of remarkable things about it. This issue was dated November 1990, and we know the war between Iraq and Kuwait was like August of 1990 is when it started. So this game came out shortly after the invasion. However, we know back in 1990, these games took a long time to conceive of and produce and develop and format, get the maps and everything. So this game was really done somewhat predictive of what actually happened, and it's amazing how close things came. So I will say, as I mentioned, I think it's a fairly complicated game. It's not one of the simple rule sets, and sadly this game came with some problems. There's a section in here, well, throughout the rules it talks about political rules, which there is a heading in here for subsection 20, and which is titled Political Rules, but there are none. Now, maybe they were added as an insert. I'm not sure if that was the case or not. I've heard accounts. My copy of this, which I got in the secondhand market more than 20 years ago, maybe, yeah, more than 20 years ago, did not have the political rules. And I found the military game fairly boring, and there's a lot of references throughout the rule book to the to the political rules, and it's just not there. So that's unfortunate. However, the game also was released in a Ziploc, which I also have. This is it here, Arabian Nightmare. And this was released by 3W, and it does have not only the military game, but the political game in it, as well as an introductory game and some historical articles. So a person could get that, although I know that I've made the political rules available in PDF to people that have requested them. The political rules really add a great dynamic to the game. In fact, as you can do, I think there are 3 political turns before the actual military game starts, and then there is a political turn within each military turn. There's a political turn that is imposed as well, where you can take political actions, and there are also random events. So it's a very interesting narrative type game on the Kuwait War. I'll just talk a little bit about the political rules. They're divided into a number of alternate phases, but the long and short of it is that Iraq can make decisions that can affect the American political will, the political power that it has to act, and it can also make decisions that will affect its own military victory points or military, capabilities. And sometimes they're in conflict. So sometimes Iraq might choose to do a political action to increase their military power in the region, but it will come at the cost of giving the United States more credibility to intervene. So it's a little bit asymmetrical. Iraq basically contributes, tries to collect military victory points. The Allies, America, tries to collect political points, because it probably goes without saying that the United States and some of her powerful allies, Iraq was not a match for them militarily, but the limitation is political. The Americans could not get all of their interventions without political support. So while Iraq's trying to build its military capability and to get going, America's trying to get more political clout so that a coalition is built that's big enough to support U.S. aggression in the region. So that is a very interesting dynamic that occurs. And when I played the game, Iraq is just tempted to do things to improve itself militarily for the ground war and the air war. However, everything they do usually has political consequences, giving the United States more reason to become involved. So that's the cat and mouse game with the political rules. I think I would not play this game if it didn't have the political rules. However, these rules really make the game shine and produces a very cool narrative. I might have some more information on this a little bit later. We'll have to see about that.